We don't want to see Schmidt go away.
Paige Butler wants her son Emery to experience the same school generations of Emery's family has. She didn't take the news Thursday well.
Our community matters too. We want Schmidt to stay open just as much as the other schools.
Neither did Amy Bergner.
We know that we have less parents that feel comfortable speaking out, and the schools that were saved had very vocal parent groups.
She's in a unique spot, teaching 5th grade at Schmidt, which is still on the list for closure, but living in the neighborhood around Columbian Elementary, which got removed from the list Thursday night. A neighborhood where there are still lawn signs showing just how vocal this community was.
It felt like because they didn't feel comfortable speaking out, that Schmidt was left on the list.
This was my attempt on prioritizing the top 5.
DPS Superintendent Dr. Alex Marrero says that vocal parents had nothing to do with this.
I simply just listed them by the amount it costs us to run those schools with additional assistance from the top down.
Schmidt Elementary is a small school with 148 enrolled students. The district has to supplement the low enrollment to the tune of $683,000 each year to keep it functioning. The second most expensive school on the original list of 10.
I feel like our staff works really hard to make sure our kids don't miss out. To supplement the lack of funding from the district, we have reached out to get grants.
The good argument that I've heard from parents and from educators is that's not in my school. They have a robust education. That may be the case, but if we can no longer subsidize that school, then it won't be the case.
Marrero says there's a good chance the school board doesn't approve these closures. We're already hearing from 3 school board members who are opposed. That's not going to eliminate the need to take some kind of action. And he says the district has an obligation to the voters not to go into debt. So something has to be done, guys. The question is, what will that be if the school board says no?
So this meeting that's scheduled for Monday, they've had this on the calendar longer than they've dropped down the number of schools from 10 to 5. So the parents who are in schools now that can stay open, do they get to talk Monday, or is this just for the school closure schools?
So this is a public comment session. There was some confusion today because the school district sent out a note that sounded like the teachers or the parents from the schools that were taken off the list weren't going to be allowed to speak. The district is clarifying that if you were signed up by that point on Thursday, you absolutely have the right to speak, which should help in the case of Schmidt Elementary, because a lot of the teachers and parents there say the vocal teachers and parents from the other schools were planning on speaking out on behalf of Schmidt. So if you are on that list, you can still speak out. The district wanted to clarify that.
I know one thing, that'll be a very long meeting on Monday, and then such, an important, hard decision that those council members or the school board, is going to have to make on Thursday.
Absolutely.
Steve, thank you.